Trump panicking. A DOJ study shows most political violence in the U.S. comes from the far right, and now that report has quietly disappeared. The Justice Department had published research documenting what counterterrorism experts have long warned. White supremacists, right-wing militias, and other far-right groups account for the bulk of domestic extremism and politically motivated killings, not environmental activists, Antifa, or student protesters. This wasn't opinion. It was official research from the National Institute of Justice. And until recently, anyone could read it on the DOJ website. Now the page is gone and replaced with a note saying materials are under review because of new executive orders. Translation: inconvenient facts are being hidden. If you look back decades, the pattern is clear. The majority of politically motivated murders in the U.S. come from the far right. Left-wing incidents exist, sure, but they're comparatively rare and usually involve property damage rather than murder. You'll often see people try to change the story by pointing to 9/11, but that's misleading for two reasons. The attackers were foreign nationals involved in an international plot, and religious fundamentalism isn't a left-wing ideology. By its nature, it's authoritarian and more aligned with right-wing politics. Counting 9/11 to make domestic left-wing violence look bigger is a dodge. The bigger point is simple. Homegrown terrorism in America is overwhelmingly a right-wing problem, and that reality clashes with a political narrative that insists the real threat comes from the left. That clash is why this report's disappearance matters so much. After a recent shooting, some on the right rushed to claim the attacker was far left, then pivoted through other explanations and finally fell silent when the shooter's background pointed toward right-leaning influences. Whether
the shooter's motives were a political ideology or a mix of personal trauma and grievance, the wider trend remains: most deadly political violence originates on the right. Deleting reports doesn't erase them. Archives and screenshots keep the record alive, and the attempt to scrub facts looks like a classic authoritarian move. Control memory by removing uncomfortable information. If the administration is willing to erase an evidence-based study, it suggests it would do the same with other inconvenient truths. We should want to stop all political violence, regardless of who commits it, but solving the problem requires being honest about where it mostly comes from. Hiding the data only delays the conversation and makes it harder to fix the real threat.